This is going to be a very specific message for a specific group of people that are going through a period of their life where things feel very chaotic. And recently, you've made a decision to believe in yourself and trust yourself fully for the first time. And it's probably the biggest gamble you've ever done in your life. And it feels like you don't know if you're going to fly or if you're going to land on your face. And it feels very scary, which is absolutely normal. It's a feeling that we rarely get used to. The unknown is very scary, but at the same time, the unknown and the void and the darkness is also a place of creation. It's a place of infinite possibility. It's a place of vast consciousness. And what's positive about the unknown is that you have the opportunity to create exactly what you want. But the thing is, while you're going through that process, you're also getting distracted as well. People are trying to distract you. You've been very good at ignoring people, which is the best thing to do. As you're raising your vibration and expanding your consciousness, there are energies that don't want you to step into your power and be sovereign. There's a lot of energies that have been, they don't anymore, but they have been feeding on your energy, your fear, your doubts, your disempowerment, your victim mentality, your scarcity. They've been feeding off of that. And however you want to call them, whether it's like lower entities or demons, addictions, however you want to label them, it's not important, because what you have to understand is that because we are one. So when you look at the law of oneness, we understand that we are the center of the universe and everybody around us is us pushed out, but they're just different. They just have a different appearance than us, and they also reflect a different aspect of us as well. So they might reflect back to us some specific things we've done in the past. They might reflect back to us the things that we don't want to be anymore. But what we have to understand is whenever you're dealing with some lower entities or demons or distractions, because you're going to notice they always happen when you're really taking action on your purpose. You're really focusing on feeling good and listening to music and dancing and really getting into this high vibe. Like, this is when they're trying to pull you down because they can feel it energetically. The best thing to do in those situations is, of course, if you get triggered, you want to regulate your nervous system, right? That's like the basic of it. You don't want to react to it. So you want to distract yourself, not with substances or any illicit drugs or whatever. You want to distract yourself by focusing on something that's going to help you achieve something in the future. So like it could be to like, do a workout because it's good for your health and it's good for your body. It's going to make you feel stronger like in your body. So that's just like a specific example. It could be to like go on a walk, So you have to find different ways to work through the situation and to not spiral down into victim consciousness where you're like, oh my God, everybody's trying to distract me when I'm working on my purpose. What is wrong with them? Like, when you get triggered and you start focusing on them and you start, especially if you start feeding Then with your anger and your lower emotions, they are still eating your energy. So the best thing to do, honestly, as well, after you've regulated your nervous system, is to laugh and be like, wow, bitch, you thought. Or say things like, I absolutely do not care. Like, in your mind, you don't have to tell them to the people, because obviously it's going to create some conflict. And the worst thing to do is to argue with people. You don't want to argue with people on social media in the comments. It's a form of distraction. They might even be robots. They might even not be real. And you're literally there wasting your precious time and energy, because time is not refundable. Like, it's the most limited resource on earth. You're wasting your precious time on arguing with a bot in the comments on social media, or you're arguing with someone in survival mode who just wants to fight someone to get that rush of adrenaline, and you're basically just giving them that hit, and you're giving them your time and your energy. So stop arguing with people. Stop feeding them. Make them starve. And as you're doing this more and more, you're going to realize that the fear at some point might feel bigger than usual. You're going to have moments where you're going to be like, what am I doing right now? Like, am I being crazy here? And you're not. The closer you get to your breakthrough, the more it will feel like this. It's almost like this feeling of like, oh my God, what if I literally land on my face if I jump this cliff? What if something bad happens? That is fear. That is fear. And you have to consciously turn all these thoughts into positive ones. You have to be mindful, and you have to course correct every time you're doing it. And usually sometimes it can be as simple as regulating your nervous system. Like, if your nervous system is not regulated, you might spiral down into like anxiety and worry and fear, and it might feel like you don't even have control over your body. So regulate your nervous system through this process. And you're listening to this video and you're seeing this video because you are so close to your breakthrough. So close. And you can feel it. You might even feel anxious sometimes, and you might even wake up like between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. recently. Like, you have a weird sleeping schedule because your ego knows that you're about to step into this timeline of unlimited abundance, unlimited love, and it's trying to keep you back in the past. But the past does not exist anymore. And it used to feel like a comfort zone, even though it wasn't comfortable at all. So while you're regulating your nervous system and reprogramming your subconscious mind, ignoring the distractions, focusing on your life purpose, remember that you are in receiving mode when you relax and when you feel good. So this should be your top priority right now, at all cost. And not the fake like love and light, let's be happy and toxic positivity. No. No numbing, no repressing. Like, everybody is dealing with their shit right now. Like, it's real. But at the same time, the collective is really moving into this timeline where divine living has become so accessible And people are waking up to it every single day. So please keep going. Don't give up. You're doing an amazing job. And we need your spiritual gifts. We need your presence here on earth. And we need you at your highest potential, feeling good, radiating, because when you radiate that energy of feeling good, you're very magnetic, and you're going to start attracting the people who need your spiritual gifts. So we're all part of this thread. I'm also being shown right now, it's like, you know, when bees are building their hives, everybody has a role, right? Everybody is working as a team. So this is what the architects of the matrix are doing right now, and you're one of them. But in order to create this harmonious hive, this harmonious heaven on earth, you have to focus on your own personal truth and what feels good to you. And in general, freedom for this specific collective, this specific group, freedom is a big one. Freedom is the big focus. So by waking up every morning, as soon as you wake up, instead of jumping on your phone or doing whatever, by just laying there and focusing on the feeling of freedom without any thoughts, without any goal, game plan, like that comes later in the day. But by focusing on the frequency of freedom, and before bed, the same thing, by focusing on the frequency of freedom, you're opening this portal and you're creating it in the void. Instead of being confused or afraid of the darkness, you're creating in it. All right, so I love you. Keep going, and I'll see you in another video.